Woman gets finger jammed in immersion blender. This is an X-ray image showing the hand of a woman who got her finger sliced before getting stuck in an immersion blender. The image was posted to Figure 1, an app and website where doctors can share medical images. According to the nurse who uploaded the post, an unidentified 34-year-old woman was in the process of making falafel when a chickpea got stuck in one of the blades. The woman then attempted to dislodge the chickpea. The only problem is that Einstein didn't turn the blender off. So once the chickpea was out, the blade started spinning again. Her finger then got stuck after the blade became embedded in her flesh. Luckily for the woman, the only injury she received was a torn nail. Almost getting her finger chopped off obviously didn't cause any lasting psychological damage either, because the nurse reported that the woman asked to take the blender home with her. It's stuck! Texas girl gets fidget spinner parts stuck in her throat. The fidget spinner, a creation from the 90s, has somehow made its way back into mainstream popularity. The handheld toy is arguably even more popular than when Tamagotchi and Beanie Babies were all the rage. Fidget spinners are now one of the top 10 best-selling toys on Amazon. However, the toy, which spins and lets the user do tricks, has been getting attention for the wrong reasons. A 10-year-old girl in Houston, Texas made headlines when she accidentally swallowed a section of the toy and then began choking on it. According to Kelly Rose Joniak, she and her daughter Britton were in the car when Kelly noticed Britton's face turning red. Britton began drooling as she pointed to her throat and indicated she had swallowed something. The 10-year-old later told her mom that she put a part of the fidget spinner in her mouth to clean it, but somehow managed to swallow it. Kelly rushed her daughter to a children's hospital, where doctors were fortunately able to dislodge the toy's bearing from the girl's esophagus without problems. In light of the incident, Kelly now wants to warn parents with young kids to be aware of the toy's choking hazards, as it doesn't always come with warning labels, and the bearings can easily come apart from the spinner itself. That poor puppy. New Year's Eve was harrowing for one terrier who almost lost a paw to an escalator at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The dog was flying back to New York with its humans that night and was walking up an escalator when its hind leg was swallowed by the escalator guard. The freaked out owners attempted to free their pooch only to get bitten by the distressed animal. Airport security tried to help but couldn't free the pup without the proper tools. Firefighters eventually saved the day, freeing the terrier from the escalator's clutches and returning it to its humans, both of whom refused treatment for their bites. The dog wasn't seriously injured, but the incident should serve as a warning to keep animals off the moving steps. Roach in your ear? Don't spray it like this guy did. A man in Chengdu, China decided to take matters into his own hands when a cockroach got stuck in his ear. The 60-year-old man, surnamed Li, was enjoying a good night's sleep when his slumber was disrupted by a sudden pain in his head. Suspecting a bug might be in his ear, Li tried removing the critter with a toothpick, then tweezers, before shaking his head violently from side to side. None of which worked. Li then sprayed pesticide into his ear, which killed the roach but caused his ear canal to swell up. What's more, the roach remained stuck in his ear. After putting up with the pain for 3 days, Li finally went to the hospital where a doctor removed the 1 centimeter long cockroach from his ear canal. The doctor later advised that anyone facing the same problem as Mr. Li should try pouring mineral oil into their ear to flush out the bug. 6-year-old dragged by school bus for close to a mile. A North Carolina first grader is alive after a spine-chilling incident on Monday afternoon. 6-year-old Chelsea Klepzig's grandmother was waiting at the school bus stop and watched her granddaughter begin to get off the bus. But before Chelsea was completely off the bus, the driver closed the door, trapping the girl's arm. Somehow not noticing the situation, the driver drove away, dragging the first grader along the road by her arm. Chelsea's grandmother drove after the bus, but the oblivious driver continued on to the next stop, almost a mile away, all the while dragging little Chelsea. Incredibly, Chelsea was not seriously injured, although her shoes were torn to shreds. The bus driver was suspended without pay and will likely be fired. Chelsea Klubsig's family say they cannot understand how the driver didn't notice someone was trapped in the door. Forsyth County Union Cross Elementary School put out a statement saying they were so thankful the student is okay and that it was not worse. State police are investigating, but no charges have yet been filed. What was going on in this bus driver's head? How could he have missed this?